Aries, okay, hi, welcome to my channel. Adrian Nelson here from ahngreatlife.com, and this is a reading for mid-January. And we're only going to use oracle cards for this one. So we're going to start drawing them for you. I hope that you guys are doing amazing. Such a pleasure for me to be doing these weekly readings for you. So I've just selected some of my favorite decks, drawing some cards. Then I'm going to see what we have for messages. Please remember these are general messages, so please take them as they resonate. And you might also want to look at your sun, moon, rising, and ascending. For those of you that are not sure what those are or where those placements are, I've got a fan blowing over here, so it's blowing the cards around. There's a link in the description that says free natal chart. You can have a look over there. And if you are interested in oracle card reading, you can also check out my free oracle card reading course. There's a link down below in the description. Okay, so let's get right into it, Aries, and we're going with card number one that for some reason doesn't want to lift up, and it says humility and peace over there. All right, now Aries, it's a good thing to have humility and respect and all those type of things, but be careful that you don't sort of be careful that you don't sort of, have humility to the point that you almost become the doormat. All right. So it's good to have humility. It's good to have respect. It's good to be considerate towards others. But for some of you, I feel that it might be a little bit unbalanced, that it might be a little bit too much. All right. And just sort of remember that there's no real sort of honor and respect towards the self when you almost like throw yourself under the bus, for like the bigger cause. Because the thing to remember is that your life is really about you, and you should be your first priority in your life. And when you are not, you will typically find that you will have challenges in your life. So some of you may have taken things a little bit far when it comes to being considerate towards others. And again, we're not saying that you can't be considerate towards others, but it is very, very important to maintain that sense of self and that sense of self-preservation and self-love. So if maybe you have gone a little bit far there with, what you do for others and that sort of thing, basically, I would say this is a space where you kind of want to follow the rule that I like to have in my life, that I will say yes to anything as long as I don't say no to myself. Because maintaining inner peace is one of the most important, and I would even say like really most imperative things that you can do for yourself on this planet Earth as a soul having a human being experience. The land between, some of you are feeling sort of like neither here nor there, Um, maybe this is sort of where you started and this is sort of where you're going, but you're still kind of like in the middle. So there's that sense of confusion, and that sense of displacement that might be going on for some of you. And while a lot of times when we're in this spaces in life, you can feel almost like nothing is working out and your efforts are in vain and everything that you've done is sort of very much coming to nothing, that sort of experience. Whilst that is what you might be feeling, there is an opportunity here for you to sort of like find some magic in between. Maybe there's still a lesson that you need to learn or a lesson that you need to align with. Some of you might still be holding on to people from the past, people that it's time to move away from. Maybe holding on to the ex or holding on to a connection, even with a friendship or in a close knit like a family or something like that, where sometimes we realize that we have to leave certain people behind, and it can be a very, very tough thing. And the spirit wants you to know, Aries, that you're not alone in this, that you've got universal support. That remember, you can ask upon your guides and your guardians and your angels. You can ask for universal support. And when you ask, the support will be there for you right away. All right. So remember that you can ask for support. You don't have to be alone. You don't have to suffer in silence. And remember also, as human beings, we've got free will. So even though all the help is always available, you need to go and ask for it, and not begging. No need to make any huge sacrifices or anything like that. Simply saying to the universe, I would like to have a little bit of support with this and a little bit of support of that. With that, maybe I got myself into a little bit of a tight spot. Maybe I'm a little bit confused. I'm not 100% sure what to do. Know that that help is available there for you, all right? Even as you look at this picture over here, so it seems like for many of you, you may have taken almost sort of like the difficult route. Maybe started out not knowing as much as you know right now, or not having the sort of experience right now. And some of you may think that it has to be difficult for you to go forward in life. Whereas when we really look at it, for some of you, you may have the experience where it almost feels like you're moving back in life. So maybe you thought you were done with that person, you were done with that connection, you were done with that place, that space, whatever. And it almost feels like you're moving backwards. But in a sense, life might be, or your higher intelligence basically might be moving you backwards, because over here, which is even closer to the light, there's just a piece of plank or something or wood that could basically be placed over there, like a slab or whatever, and it can actually be easier for you. So there might be an easier solution available for you, Aries, than what you might be perceiving for yourself at the moment. All right, let's see what we've got for you over here. Uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. All right, and let's look at this when we speak about beneath the surface. So remember, we were speaking about being on top, sort of being over there at the moment, but there's an easier way to do things. If you and I mean, this is almost like a funny thing to say to you, but this is almost a space, Aries, that says, you want to maybe lower your expectations. And the reason why you are getting that is because some of you might be so motivated to go, 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 that when you reach what you wanted, you feel that you have to go again. And when you reach what you wanted, you feel like you have to go again. But maybe it's time to sort of like, pause and reflect, because for many of you, you may have already found the treasure. You may have already found the dream situation, that perfect person. But when we, how do I say this? Having ambition is good, and striving in life is good. But you also want to be careful that you don't go into a space where you strive and strive and strive and have ambition, 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 and sort of like miss that the jewel that you might be looking for is already present in your life. All right. For those of you that are looking for love, for the perfect partnership, you may already have what you are looking for. It may be very much within reach, but some of you might be missing the magic of what you are looking for, because it's a constant sort of looking forward. So just to be clear, nobody's saying that you shouldn't have ambition, that you shouldn't have drive, none of those things. It might just be time to just do a little bit of a check-in, to kind of take stock and see what you already have before you make plans to go forward. And then let's just see what the angels have got here for you. You've got change and transition, which is very much what we've been speaking about all throughout your reading, with Archangel Ezrael over here. And it says, thank you, Ezrael, for leading me safely through this change. So some of you, you're going through really hectic changes over here. And when we go through these big changes and these big shifts, it can feel very overwhelming to us sometimes. But what's happening over here, this is obviously a timeless reading, and whenever you see it, it's the right time for you to see it. But where we are at the moment, Venus retrograde is pulling to a close. And sometimes people have a way of romanticizing things, because yes, Venus is the planet of love, and compassion and kindness and sort of like divine feminine energy, sort of like representing that in a way. But it's also about those things in our heart that makes us happy, that makes us feel fulfilled, job security, career security, beautiful love, and above all, inner peace with the self. All right. And whilst we are sort of like at odds with other people, we can't really have inner peace, because, inner peace is very much about having a very sort of like balanced flow with the world and with life, and then ultimately with yourself. So many of you are going through a lot of challenges here at the moment, but know that you're not alone. Know that you can ask for help. You can call upon Archangel Ezrael to help you. There is a great expansion that's happening here for many of you. You can see the opening of the mind, aligning with the universe, aligning with the greatest good, aligning with your life plan, aligning with divine intervention. So there's a lot of magic that's unlocking for a lot of you over here. And the reason why it could be challenging for some of you is because you might be in some ways committed to a set outcome, to the way that you think that it should be. But once we release that expectation, we make space for the magic to come through. All right. So that's what I got for you, Aries. I hope that that helps. If any of you are interested in a personal reading, you can just check all the details down below. I'm running a special at the moment, a full regression hypnosis session as well as a reading, and you only pay for the regression hypnosis. That's been really, really popular. It is available or available, yeah, till the end of February 2022. But also remember, as I said, if you want to learn more about Oracle card reading, there is a link for my free course down below in the description. And any likes, comments, shares, and subscriptions will be appreciated. And I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao, ciao.